Darlings, it's Mummy, Sybil Brunson, and it's Saturday, the last Saturday of April here in 2021. And yeah, it's been a on again, off again spring, hasn't it, for those of us in the Northeast? This is a shot of my garden for those of you that are still interested in gardening, Tour-ettes. Darlings, what can I tell you? I was presented with sort of a barren piece of land. We moved in the fall, and there was sort of dead foliage everywhere. This was all dead hostas that were dying and were challenged. We had our cute little boxwood tree there. But I can't remember what was here. But this spring, I mean, we settled in. Fall was lovely. Winter was what it was. And then spring, I thought, let me start planting things and turn my driveway gardens, which is what these are, into sort of a wild English garden. Not too fancy, lots of mismatched plants, and let it be like a wild country garden. Well, lo and behold, what happens? All sorts of like miniature irises or whatever these are coming up. I can't remember what they were, but I'm curious to see. Look at this. I'd forgotten there were peonies there. They were all gone by the time we moved in, but there's a stand of peonies, and thank God I didn't plant all sorts of stuff in them when I was digging around. We've got some orphan grape hyacinths tucked in there, and I love grape hyacinths, but I wish they would bunch up together. Anyway, you see what I've been doing. I've been putting in, we've got catmint there, and we've got some anemones, and we've got Mexican gold, and we've got oh God, I can't remember. I'll find it anyway. My poor echinacea right there, that little tiny plant, took a hit from the mulching disaster. This was the ultimate catastrophe. I had the most beautiful ranunculus, and I've never grown them before, and they were dreamy. And 48 hours of 38-degree weather, well, that finished them off. So my forget-me-nots are doing well. I'm going to be curious. I'm going to try deadheading them and see if they'll keep blooming. I know they're a perennial, and I know they want to seed, but I wonder if I can keep forcing them, watering and feeding them, to maybe keep blooming for a while, and then I'll let them go to seed. Anyway, I'm going to stop the Pachysandra from marching up the drive. This is going to be, and I'm going to remove the hyacinths that are buried in there and put them in a nice place in whatever bulb that is. But there's the drive, and it's kind of, this is going to become like an English country garden when I'm done. I'm going to try and put annuals and perennials in there and let it be what it becomes. Here's a pot that was kind of orphaned, and it's in the shade. So look what I've done. Japanese painted ferns. I adore them, and I'm hoping they're going to fill that beautifully. And then buried around it and tucked in with the hosta are all sorts of lily of the valley, which I would love to have that all fill in with lily of the valley. And then I'm going to wall off this area too. I'm going to put a plastic stripper in here in the ground and sort of keep the lily of the valley and the hosta from marching outside of their shaded area, just as I'm going to do with the Pachysandra back there. New plants. I picked up some new plants. There they are. One is a windflower. That's an anemone. That's a purpley blue version of the white ones. This is Iberis, which is candy tuft. It's lovely. And then, of course, a little bit more forget-me-not. I can't resist it. It's just really cute. I'm hoping that bees and butterflies are going to love it. They're my marigolds. Marigolds are sort of indestructible, and I'm going to bury them in there too. This whole garden area is going to be sort of a fantasy of blue, white, and yellow. So I don't know that my coneflowers are going to come up by the fall, but they would certainly be a burst of other color. And then over here, my garden is full of tragedy and triumph. This is a triumph. This is myrtle, and I dug it out of the pot where the former tenants had garbage in the pot. They'd used it as a wastebasket, and then someone had thrown this myrtle in there and left it there, and it had sunk down to the bottom. And lo and behold, I thought, well, let me get it out of there and sort of repot it. When I found the garbage underneath it, I was stunned. And then I thought, you know what? It loves shade. Why not put it near here and make it sort of distract us from this hideous placement of this meter and this traffic stop. Oh, and here are my hyacinths. my beautiful hyacinths. Well, I cut the blossoms and took them inside, and they're nice. And here is my hydrangea, which is I pruned back, trying to get it to prosper, and it is. And then here's my stand of irises, and they are as happy and healthy as can be. I might bury some some annuals in there, or maybe perennials, I don't know. I'm going to fill this up a little bit. I'm going to make this a little bit like a wild garden. I'm not fond of bare soil with like mulch on it or whatever. I believe that flowers should crowd in the way the nature does them. Of course, my 2 daylilies they still haven't recovered from the creosote mulch disaster that happened to them last week. Boys and girls, do any of you know what this is? I'm going to have to go to a garden center. What is this? It's not boxwood. Kim Young, call Kim Young, paging Kim Young. What is this, and what's killing it? What is killing it? I've been trimming away the dead sticks. You can see all the dead sticks in here. They just crumble away, and I'm turning it into, as much as I can, a cross between Mother Nature topiary and a bonsai tree. So everyone in the neighborhood is congratulating me on how beautiful this bush is now, these bushes, but they still are dying back, and I don't want to lose them. So as nice as it is that I can prune away dead stuff and make it sort of interesting, you can see that something is killing it. Something is eating it and killing it. The leaves go yellow, then they turn brown, then they die, and the branches become more and more brittle. They lose their leaves, and finally they just become dead sticks. Help. Kimberly Young, nurse extraordinaire. Help. More irises, doing very well. And then a new stand of irises that I just inherited from someone in the neighborhood who loved my garden and offered to give me these, and I just put them in. And look, right there, there's the first flower coming up, as clear as can be. I'm so thrilled. So there's my garden. It's coming. You know, this is the best you can do with a driveway garden. So you'll keep me posted. You'll advise me and let me know what you think things are and what things are that I should do. And I will continue to do the best I can with a garden that's 2 gardens that are framing an asphalt drive. All right, darlings, that's it. Talk to you all later. Be well. Remember, darlings, whatever adventure you're having today and every day, whatever you see and smell and taste and touch and hold in your hand and heart, whatever you hear, whatever you cherish, everything you love, it's all borrowed. It's all only borrowed. Be mindful, be present, be grateful. See you later.